Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's Cardfight Vanguard weekly update. My name is James, and today we've had a load of Bermuda Triangle cards shown to us today from the new Clan Booster 5, so I'll be going through those now. Coral has a new stride with Arcadia Star Coral. Her skill is Act Vanguard Circle once per turn, choose a face down card with Coral in its card name from your G-Zone and turn it face up. If you have a heart card with Coral in its card name, choose up to one of your rear guards, return it to your hand, search your deck for a card, put it into your soul, choose the same number of your rear guards as the number of cards with Coral in the card name in your soul. Until the end of turn, they get plus 2,000 power, and this unit gets plus 10,000 power. Shuffle your deck. Anything that patches up the ride chain like this is great, and it's a good amount of power for your first stride when your opponent won't have a great card in their hand. It also sets the G-Zone up perfectly for Frontier Star Coral being used for your next stride. Shushu debut stage Tirua is the new strider for Bermuda, which comes out in Trial Deck 14. Her skill is Auto Vanguard Circle, Counterblast 1. When your G unit strides, you may pay the cost. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck, put it into your hand, and if that card is a card with Shushu in its card name, choose up to one of your rear guards and put it to the bottom of your deck. If you put a card to the bottom of the deck, draw a card. This is keeping with the general theme of Bermuda, but switching up the mechanic a little. Instead of bouncing, Shushu cards will be working with putting cards from the field to the bottom of your deck, then drawing that many cards. Depending on how many times you can do this, you may be able to make a stack of triggers which slowly go up the deck, like in Tsukuyomi. Her second skill is Continuous Vanguard Circle Generation Break 1. During your ride phase, if the number of your rear guards is 1 or less, you may stride without paying the stride cost. I do like the alternatives to paying the normal stride cost, as Fate can just decide it doesn't like you and give you nothing but grade zeros in hand. I just hope they don't make this too easy to pay for future cards, so hopefully people won't be able to abuse it. Shushu Klenasu is a great bit of support for Tirua. Her first skill is Auto. When this unit is placed on rear guard circle from hand, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck. Search for up to 1 card with Tirua in its card name from among them and reveal it. Put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. If you put your hand, choose 1 or more cards with the sum of their grades being 3 or greater from your hand and discard them. So this is an Abyssal Owl clone for Bermudas. She can't search the whole deck, but you don't need a grade 3 in hand to activate the ability. Her second skill is Auto Rearguard Circle Soul Blast 1 and put this unit to the bottom of your deck. At the end of your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Tirua in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, countercharge 1. It's really good to be able to have the countercharger in a trial deck like this. And although she doesn't have a stride fodder skill, Tirua has an alternative way to stride anyway, so it's not overly needed. Shushu Ayana is another trial deck card. She has Auto Rearguard Circle Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1, and put this unit to the bottom of your deck. When your other rearguard with Shushu in its card name is put into the deck, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card, choose up to 1 card with Shushu in its card name from your hand, call it to rearguard circle, and it gets plus 3,000 power until the end of the turn. There don't really seem to be many cards that can put cards into the bottom of your deck during the battle phase to make the most of this skill, but I'm expecting Stride in the trial deck and the Tirua Stride to be able to take advantage of this unit skill. Shushu Tino is the perfect guard in the Clan Booster. She can only activate her Nullify skill if you discard a Shushu card from hand. Then her second skill is Auto Drop Zone Counterblast 1 and choose one other Shushu Tino from your drop zone and put it to the bottom of your deck. When your rear guard is put into the deck during your turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, return this card to your hand. This is an SRS clone, but they seem to have balanced the skill a bit more since the other versions of the clone. She is still very good though, and very worthwhile running. Shushu Melvise is part of a group of 3 cards that work together. Her skill is Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle, Counterblast 1 and choose one of your other rearguards with Shushu in its card name and put it to the bottom of your deck. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 grade 1 and 1 grade 2 card with Shushu in its card name from your hand and call them to separate rearguard circle. If you have Shushu Selvies and Shushu Malvies on Rearguard Circle, draw a card. On Vanguard Circle, this card won't be too great, mostly because of the 10k base, but on Rearguard Circle, this card is actually very good. It may be wise to run 2 of this depending on what other grade 3s we get. Shushu Selvies is the grade 2 of the group. Her skill is Auto Rearguard Circle Soul Blast 1. When your other unit is placed on Rearguard Circle during your battle phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 of your other units with Shushu in its card name, and they get plus 2000 power until the end of the turn. If you have Shushu Melvies and Shushu Malvies on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle, this unit gets plus 4000 power until the end of the turn. This unit needs the extra power, as she's only an 8k unit, and giving 2k to a 7k unit behind her will put the column up to a nice 21k power. Also, the newly called unit, if a grade 2, can make nice use of the plus 2000 power. And lastly, for the 3, we have the grade 1 Shushu Malvies. She has auto, choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this card is placed on Rearguard Circle during a battle phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card, and this unit gets plus 4000 power until the end of the turn. If you have Shushu Melvies and Shushu Selvies on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle, counter charge 1 and soul charge 1. As you can see, all these 3 skills tend to combo off each other, which is a nice thing to see. They're not the best units ever, but I'd like to see Bushi do more of this kind of stuff. We have 3 new Prism units too. The first one out of the bunch is the grade 1 Sweet Prism Lupina. Her skill is Auto Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1. When this unit is returned to your hand from Rearguard Circle during your battle phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rearguards with Prism in its card name and return it to your hand. If you return the unit, draw a card. This is a nice way to clear space on the field, but due to the cost, it works best with the new Prism Forerunner, and that Forerunner is Sweet Prism Titis. Her skill is Auto Rearguard Circle Generation Break 1. When this unit boosts a grade 3 or greater unit with Prism in its card name, choose one of your other rearguards with Prism in their card name, and you may return it to your hand. This is a really good way to start off combos, and the best part is that her skill is cost free and she stays on the field. With these Generation Break cards, I'm expecting Prisms to be much more stride based than before, which could be an interesting change to see. The last of the Prisms is Sweet Prism Nellen. She's a draw trigger with Auto Generation Break 1, Soul Blast 1. When this unit is returned to your hand from Rearguard Circle during your battle phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rearguards with Prism in its card name. Until end of turn, it gets Auto Rearguard Circle. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked or boosted, you may return this unit to your hand. This works well with the grade 1 Lupina, but it does mean you have to have a 4k draw on the field, which makes your columns fairly small. It's still a lot better than any vanilla draw though. A single R stride for duos is Duo Idol Emperor Kuna. She has Auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, choose 2 cards from your hand, reveal them, your opponent chooses a card from among them, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as the card chosen by your opponent, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. And if the card put into your hand is a duo, countercharge 1. It's nice that the card that this unit searches for doesn't have to be a duo, as it does allow you to use this card in other decks or take some non-duos into your duo deck. Duo Stream Showtime Peytonia is a grade 2 with Act Hand Counterblast 1 card with Duo in its card name and discard this card. Choose one of your grade 2 or greater rearguards with Duo in its card name, return it to your hand, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as this unit, reveal it and put it into your hand. Choose a card from your hand, discard it, and shuffle your deck. This is a -1 unfortunately, so you only want to use it if there is something amazing that you want to clone. It is nice in the fact that it's a pre-G effect, but chances are using this that early on is going to hurt you more than it helps you. Faithful follower Loroka is here to give Coral a bit of support. Her skill is auto choose a card not named Faithful follower Loroka from your hand and put it into your soul. When this unit is returned to your hand from Rearguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your units and it gets plus 3000 power until the end of the turn. If you chose a unit with Coral in its card name, countercharge 1, draw 1, choose a card from your hand and put it into your soul. Choosing a coral shouldn't be too hard, as you should have plenty of corals in the deck thanks to the ride chain, and her skill itself can help you fulfill the ride chain itself. To help get coral on the field in the middle of your battle phase, we have Tsundere Rival. She has Auto Counterblast 1. When this unit is returned to your hand from rearguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to one card with coral in its card name from your hand and call it to rearguard circle. And it gets plus 4,000 power until the end of the turn. If you have a face-up card with coral in its card name in your G-zone, soul charge one. So with these two units working together, you can countercharge and soul charge, setting your resources up nicely, which works well with both the coral grade 3s, as Aurora Star is counterblast heavy, and Shangri-La Star uses both counterblast and soul, and you don't really want to soul blast your right chain bits. The new stride for Reindeer is Song of Gracious Reindeer, which I'm sure is going to be translated differently, but for now that's all we have. Her skill is Auto Vanguard Circle, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1, and choose a face down card from your G-zone with the same name as this unit and turn it face up. When your drive check reveals a grade 3 card, or if you have a heart card with Reindeer in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to one of your rear guards, return it to your hand, and this unit gets plus 3,000 power and plus 1 drive until the end of the battle. Like Ishtar, this can be used to quickly get up to GB8 by flipping multiple times during your turn. It's also a really nice way to increase your hand size, as Rabble and Roble count as grade 3s in the trigger zone, so it's not too much of a problem to get to trigger one. Happiness for Ears, Merrowville, is a grade 2 to support Reindeer. She has Auto Rearguard Circle. When your drive check reveals a grade 3 card, if you have a Vanguard with Reindeer in its card name, you may return this unit to your hand. If you do, choose up to 2 of your units and they gain plus 3,000 power until the end of the turn. It works really well with Lapla, as it clears the way for a new card to be put down. And lastly, we have the promo card Marine Athlete Laraja. She has Auto Rearguard Circle Generation Break 1. When this unit attacks Vanguard, this unit gets plus 2,000 power until the end of the turn. At the end of the turn, return this unit to your hand. This is a simple yet nice card with no costs for the bounce and no name restriction, so it can be easily splashed into different decks. And that is everything for this week. I'm sure we'll be seeing more Bermuda Triangle cards next week, but I hope that there's also a nice little spoiler for something else, just so we have a bit of variety. So be sure to check out next week when that comes out, and if you have any questions about the cards shown here, or if you just want to give your opinions on them, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. So I hope to see you next time. Bye!